Atheists say miracles are fairy tales. But in Acts 3, an entire crowd watched a man who was lame from birth leap to his feet with strength in his bones. Now, were they all lying, or are you willing to face the evidence? Picture this: a man who had never taken a step in his life, carried every day to the temple gate to beg. James and John were appointed by God. They were commissioned by Jesus to become apostles, special ambassadors of Jesus. Many signs and wonders were done through them. So they were on their way to the temple for prayer. Scripture says it was the 9th hour. Now, they were not going to the temple during the hour of sacrifice because they know that Jesus had fulfilled that need. It was no longer required for animal sacrifice. The sacrificial system was perfectly fulfilled in the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross for us. So they saw a man sitting there at the gate. He was lame from birth. He was always by this gate begging, asking for alms. Now, the gate of the temple was huge. It was made of Corinthian brass. It was 75 feet tall and had these huge double doors. It was huge. And it was so beautiful that the people there called it the Beautiful Gate. Now, Peter and John are walking up to this gate, and they lock eyes with this lame man. Now, most people would avoid this man and avoid eye contact, as many of us do when we see homeless people begging. So when they locked eyes, this dude must have felt encouraged, as if they were going to give him something. They looked at him with intent and full attention. He must have expected to receive something because it says he extended out his cup. Many people have not come to a place where they fully expect to receive something from God. This is faith, plain and simple, even if the man expected less than Jesus was prepared to give him. Better yet, we should expect the right things from God. We are often way too ready to settle for less than what Jesus wants to give us. Our low expectations often rob us of the blessing he has prepared for us. This lame man was expecting alms. That's it. But Jesus wanted to bless him with so much more and give him working legs again. So he's sitting there with his cup extended out, locked eyes with Peter and John. Peter and John say, "Silver and gold I do not have." The man must have felt misunderstood. But Peter and John wanted to bless him with something much greater than supporting his current condition. They wanted to transform his life by the power of the risen Jesus Christ. Scripture says, Acts 3, 7-10, "And he took him by the right hand and raised him up, and immediately his feet and ankles were made strong. And leaping up, he stood and began to walk, and entered the temple with them, walking and leaping and praising God for all to see. And all the people saw him walking and praising God, and recognized him as the one who sat at the beautiful gate of the temple asking for alms." They knew who he was. They recognized him as the lame man and saw him walking. What awe they must have felt in this moment. And they were filled with wonder and amazement at what happened to him. Yeah, I bet. So it's one thing to say, "Rise up and walk," but it's a whole nother thing to so boldly take the man's hand and lift him up to his feet. At this moment, Peter received the gift of faith, as described in 1 Corinthians 12:9, a supernatural ability to trust God in a particular situation. That is what we all are called to do.